Hey guys, the trading week is ending on a relatively positive note. Today I'll break down the effects of this week's bullish momentum and how it could influence the coming week. It's been a relatively decent week for the crypto market, and it's ending fairly well for Bitcoin in particular. For altcoins, it's just another week, a week where everything was dropping again, and it's ending on a very different note for them. This is actually my first video here, so I don't want to jump into a full-scale market overview. I'll just go over the most relevant technical picture we have for the upcoming week, or at least the next few moves. Bitcoin is currently trading at $107,000, and over the past week it's been steadily climbing. During this rise, it formed what could be called a pocket of upward trending liquidity. This suggests that at some points, price will try to work through the build-up of stop losses and trapped liquidity. And on the path to new highs, there are a few key details to keep in mind. Between $103,000 and $104,500, we have a nearby significant unfilled imbalance, the $104,000 level itself. If we look at the liquidation heat map, we can see that on the weekly chart, this matches a clear liquidity cluster, where a price reaction would typically occur. That's why I'd call this an intermediate scenario, because when we have two imbalances following one another, price tends to go for the first unfilled one. After that, I'd either expect some consolidation around that level before moving higher, or I'd watch how the pullback behaves, because if it's too deep or heavy or just doesn't look right, I'll revise my trade setup. On the bright side, the June 5th low was taken out cleanly. After that, price quickly recovered through a well-formed imbalance. And just a few candles later, the next impulse candle came down, filled the imbalance, and then pushed higher. In this case, the next targets are $109,000 for Bitcoin and then $110,800. If we look again at the liquidation heat map, we can see the 109,000 level clearly reflected there. I'll be posting regular Bitcoin updates, so make sure to subscribe and follow along. Same goes for Ethereum. As for Ethereum, the bigger picture is, well, you all know the memes. Ethereum is inflation-proof. It's been priced the same for 5 years. It's funny, but it's true. The low from August 2023 was taken out, and now price is forming an entirely new structure. What we're seeing now looks like a sideways range with a fake breakout. This phase is a kind of consolidation, followed by a move out of it, a filled imbalance, and now we could be headed for that high at 2,870. I mark that high with a cross because it represents a fresh high with untouched liquidity, but there's another high nearby, and that adds a bit of uncertainty to the overall picture. If this recent high already took out liquidity from the previous one, then the next move could be a return to the imbalance zone. I really wouldn't want to see Ethereum back at $2,000. I prefer to believe this is the beginning of a new trend, just like what Bitcoin does before big moves, when early imbalances are left behind and price keeps pushing upward. But still, seeing Ethereum drop to 1600 or 1650 isn't something I'd like either. That said, you have to trade all scenarios and not get emotionally attached. Right now, the fear and greed index is at 65, which means greed. But really, that only applies to Bitcoin. There's no greed at all when it comes to altcoins. This market isn't about altcoins right now, not even close. Ideally, we don't get any surprises. But if there is a harsh drop, the 2000 zone on Ethereum could act as a compromise area, a place to grab liquidity before heading higher. But below that, we're not really expecting price to return there again. Anyway guys, I'll be posting regular videos with technical analysis on Bitcoin, my trades, and what I'm looking for next. Subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next video.